Literally not done. So to be honest, what really happened is we were like, we're gonna show the movie, and the studio was like, no, you're gonna show 20 minutes. So we're like, no, we're gonna show the movie. And they're like, it's not done. And I was like, shoot. They're like, if everything's not perfect and it's not done, and what if we're gonna change things? I was like, we want it to go. I literally brought the movie with me on the airplane. Like I have like a folder with like a disc, like a hard drive.
I work with Eric Damon, who is the stylist, the costume designer on Gossip Girl. But anyone who works with me, I love it's like drinking through a fire hose. You're like, wow, I come in and I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. But it's just because I really I find that fashion is storytelling. It's a way to message so much more than you can with words. Sometimes it's a silent way to message things. So the way that I come into a character is always through the fashion and through the costumes. So
saw in another interview you said that Ryan, actually your husband Ryan Reynolds, wrote part of that rooftop scene. Is that true?
Yeah, that's, I mean, I would have to compare it to the original one, but that's 99% his. Yeah, he just added, Chrissy Hall wrote an incredible screenplay. It was, one of the reasons that I wanted to do this film. But also, there are natural tweaks and modifications that come in when the actor is hired and you're trying to infuse your own personality and your own authenticity. And it's like, women are people of multitudes. And, I think that it was important to me that it didn't just feel like someone's interpretation of like female gaze. Like it really was, this is what we like, this is what we listen to, this is what makes us feel these vibes. And we had an incredible music supervisor, Season Kent, and one of our editors, Shane Reed, who, fun fact, he was my editor on Taylor's music video that I directed. And I was obsessed with him. And I was like, this guy is amazing. And he never edited a movie before. He just finished Deadpool and Wolverine, and he came on and helped us with this one. And he has incredible taste in music. And we share the same composer as well from Deadpool and Wolverine. So there's a lot of sharing happening this weekend.
Love this.
How's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
What if the Hollywood power couple begging for sympathy just torched their own case with one reckless move? Picture this. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, the golden duo, stepping onto the SNL 50th anniversary stage, grinning like nothings. Wrong. While a $400 million lawsuit hangs over their heads. It's the kind of twist you'd expect in a blockbuster, not real life. Their It Ends With Us drama with Justin Baldoni has spiraled into a legal war. Think betrayal, accusations, and Hollywood hypocrisy on full display. And that SNL appearance? It's the jaw-dropping moment that's flipped this whole saga upside down. Lawsuits are flying, secrets are spilling, and the stakes, why would a couple claiming trauma turn it into a punchline on live TV? Okay, let's paint the picture. February 16, 2025, SNL's 50th anniversary special, live from New York. The energy's electric. Studio 8H is a who's who of Hollywood royalty. Steven Spielberg's in the front row, scribbling notes like he's casting his next epic. Kim Kardashian's flashing that signature pout for the cameras, and Paul McCartney's just chilling, probably humming Yesterday under his breath. Then there's Blake Lively, decked out in a shimmering silver gown that catches every spotlight, hair cascading like she's stepped off a Vogue shoot. Right beside her, Ryan Reynolds, cool as ice, sipping something clear, looking like he's about to pitch you a gin ad. The vibes pure A-list. Glamour, power, untouchable vibes. But then, bam, it happens. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, queens of comedy, take the stage, riffing through the crowd like they own it. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going? Fey tosses. Out, her voice dripping with that sharp-edged mischief. Ryan doesn't miss a beat. He pops up, flashes that Deadpool smirk we've all seen a million times, and hits back with, "Great! Why? What have you heard?" The room erupts. Laughter rolls through like a tidal wave, hands clapping, heads thrown back. Even Poehler cracks, doubling over as Faye deadpans, "Oh, nothing, just checking." It's peak Ryan, witty, charming, the guy who can sell you a movie in 5 words. The crowd's eating it up, phones out, X lighting up with clips before the sketch even ends. Here's where it gets messy, though. Blake's lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, filed over their It Ends With Us fallout, paints a way different story. She's claiming crippling anxiety, says Justin's alleged harassment left her a wreck, on-screen neck nuzzling she didn't sign up for, trailer invasions, a whole smear campaign that shattered her peace. Serious allegations, right? Heavy. dark, the kind of stuff that'd keep anyone up at night. So why's Ryan up there, cracking wise like it's all a big joke? That line, "Why? What have you heard?" It's not some off-the-cuff gem. It was scripted, rehearsed, locked into the teleprompter weeks ahead. Insiders say Blake and Ryan greenlit it, leaned into the chaos swirling around them like it's a punchline they control. And the timing? Brutal. This airs just days after. Blake amends her complaint on February 19th, doubling down on her trauma, adding co-star testimonies to the pile. Fans are split right down the middle. Half are screaming iconic on X. They're clapping back at the haters. One post raves, racking up thousands of likes. The other half, not buying it. She's crying victim but laughing on SNL. Make it make sense. A viral thread snaps, complete with side-eye emojis. Critics are piling on too. Variety calls it a PR flex that backfired. Deadline dubs it tone-deaf defiance. The optics are a train wreck. Blake's team says she's battling extreme grief. Yet here she is, beaming next to comedy. Legends, while Ryan lands a zinger that nods straight at the drama. It's bold, reckless even, and it's got everyone talking. Was this a middle finger to Justin? A signal they're untouchable? Or did they just hand him ammo to say, "See, they're fine"? Either way, it's a glaring contradiction, and Blake's story's got holes bigger than that stage. If Justin wrecked her life, why's Blake still shining at Hollywood's top tables? Let's rewind and unpack this. Blake's lawsuit against Justin Baldoni isn't messing around. She's throwing down some gut punch claims. Harassment on the It Ends With Us set, retaliation that hit her like a freight train, a smear campaign so brutal she's drowning in extreme grief. Picture her story, she's on set, chasing. Her big directorial debut vibe, when Justin allegedly barges into her trailer uninvited, hovering too close while she's pumping, making her skin crawl. Then there's the neck nuzzle scene. She says she begged him to stop, set boundaries, but he pushed it anyway, turning her dream gig into a waking nightmare. Her February 19th filing cranks it up. Two co-stars, unnamed but uncomfortable, back her up, painting a set thick with tension. She's not just calling him out, she's saying he tried to erase her, blacklist her, leave her a shell of herself. Heavy, right? The kind of accusations that'd sink most people into a pit of despair. But then, hold up. You catch her at SNL's 50th on February 16th, 2025, and it's a total plot twist. She's not curled up in a corner, sipping tea with her lawyer. Nope. She's perched front row, right next to Steven Spielberg, who's chatting her up like she's his next muse. That silver gown's catching every light, her laughs echoing through the room, and she's soaking it in, untouchable, radiant, the Blake Lively we've seen slay red carpet since Gossip Girl. Flash forward a few days, she's strutting. The Simple Favor 2 set, cameras rolling, looking every bit the leading lady. No dark circles, no trembling hands, just pure Hollywood glow. She's not dodging the spotlight, she's basking in it, rubbing elbows with the elite like nothing's fazed her. X posts are popping off. She's unstoppable, one fan gushes, while another's like, wait, didn't she just say she's broken? Critics are pouncing, and it's savage. If she's so shattered, why's she dazzling Spielberg? A Variety piece snarks. The Rap's calling it a masterclass in mixed signals. Her team's got a quick comeback. This is resilience, not hypocrisy, they insist. She's pushing through the pain. Okay, fair, but the whispers are getting louder. Is this distress even real, or a curated sob story to lock in that victim crown? Think about it. She's claiming extreme grief, says Justin's antics left her a wreck. Yet she's out there landing sequel gigs, sipping cocktails with A-listers, and posing for paparazzi like it's a Tuesday. The math ain't mathing. Fans are sniffing it out too. X is a battlefield. She's too polished for this to be legit. One thread rants, racking up retweets. Crying anxiety, but living her best life? Another snaps. Someone even digs up her Betty Boo's promo. From last summer, florals and fizz while suing for trauma? Pick a lane. It's not just the optics, it's the vibe. Blake's built a brand on being the golden girl. Effortless, charming, the one you root for. But this? It's starting to feel like a script she's reading from. Not a reality she's living. Her team doubles down. She's a fighter. But the cracks are showing. If Justin really tanked her world, where's the fallout? Where's the quiet retreat? The low profile you'd expect from someone wrecked? Instead, she's thriving, untouchable, and it's raising eyebrows. The public's not dumb. They're calling BS, and the chatter's only growing. And here's the kicker. Justin's got a comeback that's turning heads. Could Blake and Ryan be the real villains in this A-list showdown? Justin's not taking this lying down. He's swinging back with a $400 million countersuit that's pure dynamite. Defamation, extortion. He says Blake hijacked It Ends With Us, his passion project, with Ryan's Hollywood clout behind her. He's got receipts. A website dropped February 1st, loaded with texts showing Blake joking with him on set, all friendly vibes, no hint of harassment. One message even has her inviting him to rehearse while she's pumping. Total clash with her uninvited trailer claim. Then there's the wild rumor. Justin says Blake and Ryan roped Taylor Swift into a script meeting, flexing their power to sideline him. His suit paints them as bullies, weaponizing their fame to crush him. Fans are split. Is Justin the underdog fighting back, or a cornered director spinning his own tale? X is buzzing with takes, some calling it a cash grab, others saying he's exposing the real power play. But wait, there's evidence that might bury one of them. Did Blake's own voice just hand Justin the upper hand? Buckle up, this gets juicy. Justin's team digs up a 2022 Forbes interview where Blake brags about sneaking control on projects. "I'm a bit of a control freak," she laughs. Sounds a lot like his hijacking accusation, doesn't it? Then there's those June 2023 texts. "Hey, come by, I'm pumping, but we can run lines." Warm, casual, not the vibe of someone scared of her co-star. Justin's got video too. A behind-the-scenes clip of that neck nuzzle scene, showing crew laughing, Blake directing takes, no sign of distress. Her team fires back, insisting she was uncomfortable, that he crossed lines. But these scraps of proof are cracking her narrative wide open. X-users are dissecting every frame. Some say it's her smoking gun, others call it Justin's spin. Speculation's flying. Did she exaggerate for sympathy? Or is he twisting clips to dodge accountability? One thing's clear, this pile of receipts could tip the scales, and then the fans stepped in, and it got ugly. Was Justin behind the hate? Or did Blake spark it herself? Long before lawsuits, fans were raging online. It ends with Us, a story about domestic violence, rolled out with Blake pushing a rom-com vibe. "Grab your florals," she chirped, plugging her Betty Boo's drinks alongside Lily Bloom's flower shop. X post from last summer screamed tone deaf, "She's glamorizing DV?" one viral rant read. That backlash wasn't new when Justin's alleged smear campaign kicked in. It was organic, brewing for months. Blake says he fueled it, hired PR sharks to tank her rep, but her media blitz dwarfed his silence. He's been chilling in Hawaii with his family, barely speaking, while she's out charming SNL crowds. Did she misjudge the room, or is Justin just quieter about his moves? Fans aren't buying her victim act anymore. "She's playing us," one X thread insists. The tide's turning, and it's messy. But the latest twist takes it to a whole new level. Why's Blake hunting Justin's texts, and what's he scared she'll find? February 19th, Blake amends her complaint. Two co-stars back her discomfort, and she's subpoenaing Justin's phone records from AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. She wants the full web, every call, text, ping since 2022. Her team says it'll expose his retaliatory campaign, prove he orchestrated the hate. Justin's lawyers slam it as a fishing expedition, refusing mediation per February 15th filings. Overbroad, invasive, they argue. She's not the FBI. Blake's camp fires back. If he's innocent, why's he hiding? Meanwhile, Judge Lyman's threatening a media gag. This circus is spiraling. Could those texts nail Justin's plot or clear his name entirely? X is split. Some say she's desperate, others think he's cornered. The stakes are sky high, and Hollywood's elite are picking sides. Is Blake's A-list armor cracking under the spotlight? Let's zoom in, because this is where Hollywood's true colors bleed out. Picture Ari Emanuel, the WME titan, the guy who's basically the puppet master of Tinseltown. He's got clients like Dwayne Johnson, Charlize Theron, the kind of names that move mountains. And Justin Baldoni, he was one of them, until he wasn't. Word drops mid-January 2025. Emmanuel's cutting ties, leaving Justin out in the cold, and guess who's suddenly his new golden child? Blake Lively. No press release, no fanfare, just a quiet, ruthless pivot. Insiders whisper it's not just business, it's personal. Blake's been in WME's orbit forever, and Emmanuel's not about to let her sink, lawsuit or not. It's a power play, pure and simple, and it's got Justin reeling. Then there's SNL February 16th, 2025, that 50th anniversary glow-up. Blake's not just there. She's front and center, parked next to Steven Spielberg, the guy who turned sharks and aliens into Oscars. He's leaning in, chatting her up, laughing at her quips like she's auditioning for his next blockbuster. Victim or victor flexing her clout. The cameras catch every second, her silver gown shimmering, her smile wide, radiating that untouchable charm. X lights up. She's not crying now, one fan snipes. Spielberg's her trauma therapist, another jabs. It's a masterstroke of optics. While Justin's ducking legal blows, Blake's sipping champagne with legends. Her team's spinning it as resilience, but it's starting to look like something else. A star wrapping herself in Hollywood's warmest embrace, daring anyone to touch her. And then there's Leslie Sloan, Blake's PR guru, the woman who's polished her image since the sisterhood days. February 20th rolls around, and Sloan's filing to bounce from the lawsuit, calling it a distraction. A distraction? This is the woman who spun Blake through tabloid storms. Ryan's exes, Gossip Girl feuds, and now she's tapping out. X pounces. Even her publicist's done with the drama, one thread crows. Sloan's jumping ship before it sinks, another speculates. But here's the thing. Blake's still standing tall, unshaken, wrapped in that A-list bubble. Justin, he's swinging alone. WME's gone, his agency's ghosted, and it ends with us. His passion project is getting trashed in the fallout. Once a darling of feel-good flicks, now he's the guy Hollywood's sidelining. His legacy crumbling under the weight of this mess. Critics are sniffing out the hypocrisy, and it stinks. Blake's lawsuit screeches trauma, harassment, grief, a career on the brink, yet she's leaning hard on A-list muscle to shield her shine. She's crying victim, but playing the game like a pro. A deadline piece skewers. Variety's harsher. Lively's got the town in her pocket. Where's the justice? X threads are relentless. She's untouchable while he's abandoned. One blasts, racking up thousands of likes. Hollywood picks its winners, and Justin ain't it. Another fumes. The double standard's glaring. Blake's got the elite circling the wagons, from Emmanuel's clout to Spielberg's nod, while Justin's out there taking punches solo. Fans aren't blind, they're calling it out. If she's so hurt, why's she still queen bee? One viral post demands, "This isn't fairness, it's favoritism." Another snaps, "Is this justice, or a star dodging accountability with connections?" The fire's raging now, Blake's perched on her throne, but the whispers are turning to shouts. She's still the golden girl, but that armor's got dents, and the cracks are showing. X is a war zone. She's untouchable till she's not, one user warns. Hollywood's protecting its own. Shocker, another sneers. The hypocrisy's thick enough to choke on, and it's fueling this whole saga to a boiling point. But there's one more layer to peel back. Could Taylor Swift tip this whole mess upside down? All right, buckle up, because this is where the plot goes full soap opera. February 5th, 2025, Justin Baldoni's legal team drops a bombshell in their latest filing. A casual little hint they might drag Taylor Swift into this circus. Yep, the Taylor Swift, 13 Grammys, Eras Tour Queen, the woman who turns breakup songs into global anthems. Justin's claiming Blake and Ryan pulled her into a hush-hush script meeting for It Ends With Us back in 2023, flexing their A-list muscle to tweak the story behind his back. What does Tay know? Was she just sipping iced coffee, nodding along, or did she help rewrite Lily Bloom's arc while Justin was out of the loop? X is losing it. Swift's the key to this whole thing? One fan screams, tweet blowing up with 20K likes. If she talks, Blake's toast, another predicts, wild-eyed emojis flying. Justin's team isn't confirming yet, but the whoop, threats dangling there, a shiny wild card that could flip this feud on its head. And that's just the start, because the public pylon's getting brutal. January 19th, 2025. Chelsea Handler's hosting the Critics' Choice Awards, and she doesn't hold back. Blake Lively's out here suing for trauma, but shining like a rom-com star. Someone get her a script that sticks, she quips, smirking, as the crowd roars. It's a dagger. Handler's got no filter, and she's turning Blake into a punchline. Then, February 8th, Judd Apatow takes his shot at the DGA Awards. I'd cast Blake in my next flick, but I hear she's busy directing her own courtroom drama. He deadpans, sipping his drink while the room cackles. X eats it up. Apatow just ended her, one post crows, racking up retweets. She's a meme now, another laughs, gifs of popcorn popping everywhere. It's not just gossip, it's a full-on roast, and Blake's the main course. Fans are split, some cheer the shade, others cry foul, leave her alone. But the chatter's relentless. Meanwhile, Colleen Hoover, the woman who birthed It Ends With Us, is pulling a vanishing act that's got everyone squinting. Mid-January, her Instagram's buzzing, promo posts, fan Q&As, the usual author grind. Then poof, silence. By February burned, her grid's a ghost town. Posts scrubbed clean like she's wiped her digital fingerprints. No cryptic captions, no "I'm taking a break" note, just gone. X is buzzing. Hoover's bailing on this mess, one fan yells, attaching a screenshot of her empty profile. She knows something, another whispers, spinning theories. Did Blake lean on her? Did Justin? Hoover's book catapulted this whole saga. She's the OG voice behind Lily Bloom. But now, she's dodging the chaos like it's contagious. Fans are digging. She liked Blake's posts last year. Where's that loyalty now? One thread demands. She's Team Justin, bet. Another guesses. It's a mystery wrapped in a rumor, and it's lighting up the battlefield. So what's the deal? Is this a tangled web of A-list revenge, Swift spilling tea, Handler and Apatow piling on, Hoover running for cover? Or is Justin grasping at straws, tossing out wild cards to claw his way back? X is a rumor mill on steroids, Taylor's Dapo. Could sink Blake and Ryan, one post insists, while another counters, he's got nothing, she's untouchable. The speculation's wild. Did Swift tweak the script to favor Blake's vision? Did Hoover scrub her Insta to dodge a subpoena? Did Handler and Apatow smell blood and pounce? No one's got proof, but the buzz is electric. Every whisper's shaking this feud to its core. It's chaos, it's delicious, and it's got everyone picking sides. So who's really winning this war? Is Blake the hunted or the hunter in disguise? Let's recap. Blake's pushing distress, Justin's roaring defiance, and that SNL stunt split the room. Fans are picking teams, lawsuits are piling up, and the truth still buried under texts, clips, and rumors. Here's the twist. If Blake's lying, her career's on the chopping block. Gossip Girl can't save her now. If Justin's guilty, she's still losing the public's trust, looking more calculated than crushed. This isn't over. March 2026, trials looming, and more bombshells are coming. So whose side are you on and why? Drop it in the comments, let's unpack this mess together. And if you think this feud's wild, just wait. Another A-listers. Legal drama is heating up. Subscribe, hit that bell, you won't want to miss what's next.